What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, Abner tweeted this morning. Let me read the tweet to you. Good morning, everyone. Got some news on my next fight yesterday. Hope to confirm this week, and it's not Jhonny Gonzalez, by the way. Now, for me, this is pretty disappointing. One, because I'm a boxing fan. Two, I was highly looking forward to this particular rematch. I thought the first fight was a good fight, as long as it lasted. Leading up to the fight, I thought it was going to be a really epic kind of ebb and flow type fight. But Jhonny Gonzalez shook the world. He shocked everybody and knocked out an undefeated fighter in the very first round. So excellent performance by Jhonny Gonzalez. A lot of people said he was shot worn, he was done. Thought Abner would like beat him over the course of 12 rounds or whatnot, and that wasn't the case at all. So props to Jhonny Gonzalez, props to Abner for being in the position of taking tough fights. I mean, that's one thing about the guy. He fought Joseph Igbeko twice. He fought Daniel Ponce de Leon. He fought Anselmo Moreno. Now, this is perhaps why it's disappointing for me with Abner is because I view him as a true warrior, and I'm not saying he's not anymore. However, um, it's clear that he wants no parts of the Jhonny Gonzalez rematch, at least at the moment. And there's two ways I feel about that. One, why do these fighters beg for an immediate rematch and then for whatever reason it doesn't materialize? So I understand the fact that in boxing fans are fickle. So two consecutive losses, if Jhonny Gonzalez was able to stop him again or beat him, I mean that could be the end of the road for him. Boxing fans are some of them are bandwagoners and they don't give a fuck. They don't stand by their fighter. If you get slept twice and knocked out twice, then they're off to the next fighter who's doing good. Like fuck it, I'll join the Triple G. He has momentum. You know what I mean? I'll join the Triple G bandwagon. So I get it from a business standpoint. You have to manage your career. This is your livelihood. This is how you support yourself, your family, your kids. But again, it still doesn't justify the course of events. If you didn't want the rematch or you thought it's too risky, you know what I mean, to immediately go into the rematch, that's fine. But why'd you call the man out and have the date set and then you pull out because you had a quote unquote injury and then they were going to postpone the fight, like, oh, we're just waiting for him to get better, and you pull out of the fight completely. So just to me, those chain of events, it makes it like you don't want the fight. And Jhonny Gonzalez has already been on record saying Abner is afraid of him. He's scared, and these actions don't really rebuke what Jhonny Gonzalez is saying. Now it does look like you're scared, and it's funny to me because I don't know, maybe it's popularity or whatnot. Maybe some people take it to the race card, but certain fighters, if they don't fight X, Y, and Z, even if the person in the fight is not realistic, they don't say nothing. But when it happens to another fighter, they just kind of sweep it under the rug. So again, I'm just disappointed. Abner he's a true warrior. I believe he has heart. But again, why are you going to call somebody else out and say you want the immediate rematch? Maybe you should, instead of making those bold statements, get with your team, discover what the best course of events, the best course of action would be to avenge. Do you take a lighter opponent and then somewhere down the line meet up with Jhonny Gonzalez? Because pulling out of the fight and saying you're injured and stuff like that, it's just not becoming. It doesn't look. It looks like you are ducking him, to be perfectly honest. So I'm gonna try to reach out to both camps. I would like to interview both people, really, just see what their point of views are on this matter. But like I said, just disappointed from Abner. I feel he's had a very tough schedule, and I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a break because if you feel it's the best for your career, that's fine. But don't get the fans all excited. Don't have flyers made. Like I think there were flyers. They were like ready to go. The fight was supposed to happen, I think, in this month maybe, and you got hurt, so it was postponed. Then you pull out completely. Now you're tweeting that you're gonna fight somebody, and you hope to confirm it, but it's not Jhonny Gonzalez. So it doesn't really do much justice to the people who are disputing that Abner doesn't want the Jhonny Gonzalez fight because it's obvious he's looking in other directions. Like I said, I'm not mad at him. It's part of the game, but you should be held accountable for what you say. If you call him out and say you want the immediate rematch, then go through with it. If you're not ready, you want to take a lesser fight or a tune-up fight, do it. You know what I mean? If Pacquiao would rather fight Brandon Rios coming up and then fight Timothy Bradley like he did, cool. You know what I mean? But at least he didn't do it in the same fashion like Timothy Bradley and Pacquiao was. Part 2 was scheduled on the books, and then he said, "Oh, I'm hurt," and then pulls out the fight completely to fight Brandon Rios. You know what I'm saying? People would give Pacquiao the ultimate shit if he were to do something like that. Same thing with Adrian Broner. I mean, I would hold him to the same. What I do is I keep it consistent. Whether people see that or not, it is what it is. But Adrian Broner, same thing. Don't call out and go screaming out Marcos Maidana, say you don't want no other fight but Marcos Maidana. And then on Showtime, you're like, if Maidana's not the next opponent, it's okay. Like, you were talking about there's no other fights happening until I fight Marcos Maidana. And it sounds like somebody was maybe in his ear like, yo, Heyman or somebody like, yo, this is not necessarily the best fight for you because if you lose, that's high stakes. You know what I'm saying? So, just want to give you guys this update. Abner Mares, who looks to announce his next opponent. We don't know who it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be. I can't even think of who they would put him in there with. So, let me know what you guys think. I doubt it's like a fucking Rigondeaux or something worse than the Jhonny Gonzalez. So, let me know if you have ideas who you think he should be fighting or will fight instead of Jhonny Gonzalez. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.